Also, no pain at all from the vaccine, so that's good.
Nice.
Might be dead tomorrow, you never know, but for now, it's positive.
Don't be dead tomorrow. They need to track you at least for a month.
I know. Okay, so I assume you guys are also ready. So, having already delayed enough, let's dive right in with the next episode of Tales of Edeah. So, hi everyone, welcome to Tales of Edeah, episode 21, Powering Through. We are at the nexus of the Tower of Danos on an unknown day of an unknown month of an unknown year. Somewhere, far away from the Ashen Hearts, a lonely seagull cries loudly as it shoots up from the beach of an island, that cursed mist creeping closer again. He should have moved south with the others when the winter first announced itself months ago, but the island's warm climate captured him and several others like him. It seemed like a stroke of fortune, because there were almost no other birds around, and there certainly weren't any angry sailors who cursed at them or even threw things at him. It had seemed like a perfect paradise. But now, that blasted mist, he'd already lost the others to it, but he knew it wouldn't get him. He was the fastest, the strongest, the cleverest, and it had made sure that he could avoid the mist for the longest. He only needed to hold on for a little while longer before he could go back to the mainland. He thought. Another few days, weeks? Was it months? He wasn't sure. But then he could go back to the sailors and their cursing. Yet even as he soared, the mist grew heavier around him and dragged him down. And suddenly it seemed so peaceful. And he wondered what he had been afraid of. Of course he belonged here. He belonged here with the island. He had never wanted to be anywhere else. Not far away from this poor creature, falling to its demise, stands a great tower, simple in design, shining like a lighthouse beacon at the center of this mist. Within, a group called the Ashen Hearts is followed by the strange mechanical sound of gears and changing air pressure, which follows them as they go from the bare and confusing engine room back to the tower's nexus. Momentarily blinded, or perhaps transformed, they're pulled through the teleportation circle and return to that nexus, where the debris of their previous scuffle with the tower's security forces still lies in many places. Some of it, however, is missing. The four great machines that had accosted them are gone, having left no trace that they've been moved in any way, aside from the ruined carpet where their steam had seeped in. Lying in one of these large wet patches is a small velvet pillow, upon which rests a lazy cat with brown, black, and spots of white in their long hair, idly cleaning itself. Appearing beside the Ashen Hearts is the humanoid shape that is distinctly not human or even alive. Kiralos, the tower's keeper, its apprehensive voice coming from seemingly nowhere and everywhere at the same time. Thank you, intruders. You've done the tower and myself a great service. The Master will certainly be grateful for your efforts. Could you please return to your cells now, before the next security contingent is ready? And that's where we'll begin. So, you guys are back in the Nexus. What would you like to do?
I'll not go back to the prison cell, I suppose.
Okay.
Yeah, I think, I mean, we did say we'd go back after we fixed everything. And then we have to rest.
Yeah, we didn't fix everything, though.
True enough. Now, I guess if we're standing there and we see the cat, and after Barnick says that, JJ turns towards the cat and he says, now, Master Felix, you said that if we were able to do something in the engine room that you might consider gracing us with a bit of conversation. Was that adequate?
It stops cleaning and looks up at you. I guess.
Well, does anybody
Go on,
have any
JJ.
questions? Oh, I see. All right. Well, I guess there's nothing like the truth to kick things off. We came to this tower in search of an acquaintance of sorts.
Right.
He had made his way inside, and we were hoping that we could find him and take him back to his goodly wife.
That explains a little bit. He's one of yours then. That imposter.
In a certain manner of speaking, yeah.
I liked him. He was very clever. Not a lot of people could get
Was?
around the Master's defenses. Well, he's not here. What do you want to ask me about him?
Well, question was to see if you'd met him, but I guess you answered that one already.
I watched him.
Have you seen them? Oh, this is a pointless question in this fucking place, but I was wondering when you last saw him, but I imagine that might be hard to put into something I could understand.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's and Felix briefly pauses and looks up towards Kyrillos, who is just idly hovering on the side. And then looks back to you and he says, "There's something in the basement that has a bit of an influence on time."
Yeah. That's sort of the other reason we are here.
Cultists?
What? No.
Not that I know of. Well, kind of shrugs.
Looks at each of you and
Not
just based
anymore.
purely on your immediate reaction, just roll a persuasion check. Every one of you.
I'm bad at these.
Oh boy.
Teddy just tries to look away innocently.
If you want, you can secretly roll a deception check instead and tell me that result as your persuasion check.
Persuasion, right? Yeah, that's a +0. Where's my dice box?
16 for deception.
Persuasion, you mean?
12.
Okay. And Jean-Jacques?
14.
14. And Barnack?
2.
So there's a brief pause as Felix looks at each of you, and then the wings come out, those strange wings that look so natural in that creature, and he flies into the air, and he flies towards Barnack, and just kind of hovers maybe 5 centimeters away from his face. Those
I'm no cultist.
feline eyes staring at you. And why are you so nervous?
I'm talking to a talking cat. I was fighting things that were sapping energy.
No, you would have expected that you'd grown used to it by now. So what are you hiding? What's your
Honestly,
secret?
nothing.
Uh-huh.
I
He
look
has a
around to everyone.
childlike obsession with beer. Maybe that's why he's so nervous.
Oh no,
I
he's
look
hiding
everyone.
something. Absolutely.
Um,
And I will say, each of you know Barnack much better than Felix does, but you definitely caught his stumble in the reaction to the cultist accusation.
I might know someone who might be a cultist.
But let's make it clear, we don't even know what the thing down there is. So
Yes.
even if any of us were cultists of some kind,
Then you'd be
Unrelated
lying about
to
not
the thing,
knowing what that
yes.
thing is.
no, I meant if we were cultists, we'd be of some other cult.
That makes no sense. He flies back to his pillow and sits back
You
down,
make
but
no sense.
sits instead of lying down. Well, this is fun so far. What else? You wanted to talk. I was very content.
Well, about that thing in the basement.
Sure.
Would you be able to tell us what it is?
That? No. That is a question I don't think even the master could answer. And he looks up at Kyrillos again. And I have a feeling that if I tried, our companion here would be less than pleased. But suffice it to say, it's not something that you, or you, or you, or any of you have ever seen before. Because we've never seen it before.
Right.
Does that have to do with whatever other prisoner, a dangerous prisoner you have?
It does, in a way.
Do you need that prisoner to be taken care of?
No. He's grumpy, but interesting company. And they are contained. In fact, they are providing a very valuable service. And as Felix says that, you notice a kind of nervous shifting almost from Kyrillos, as though there's something that he wants to interrupt in this conversation. Like, this is not something that anyone should be telling you, probably.
Maybe I think I missed it. Who is providing this? Is he's telling us that Lord
Barnack
the
was
Lord
asking after
is-
the other prisoner.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sorry.
Kyrillos interjects after there's a very brief silence. Yes. Please return to your cells. The next contingent is almost here.
Just hypothetically speaking, where do these portals lead?
Who are you asking, first of all? Felix or Kyrillos?
Both of them, just
Okay.
throwing it out there.
Kyrillos kind of answers with the perfunctory, I'm not at liberty to say, aside from pointing out the portals that you already know, which are Laboratory 1 at the top, the engine room, and the portal back to the what Kyrillos calls the index of containment cells to the south. Felix looks around for a second and starts pointing at various locations, and first points at the 4 teleportation circles that are grayed out around the inner part of the circle, and says, well, those you'll find in most places, obviously for security, easy access, quick teleportation, little riskier. Would not recommend using it because sometimes the golems arrive without, well, missing body parts. So, not for you. Don't try it. On the outer rim, you've got over there, and I'll tell you in a second like which ones exactly, but he goes very quickly. The bedchamber, the index of the other laboratories, libraries 1 through 39, and libraries... No, you only get there through there, and kind of starts rambling to himself for a bit. But you gather from what he's telling you that each of the circles has their own designation. So some of them lead to very specific points, like the laboratory, the bedroom, or the engine room. But most of the others just lead to hallways similar to the one that you were in, from which you can access multiple different parts of the tower that are similar. So, for example, to multiple libraries or to multiple containment cells, etc.
Do you know where the other visitor went? You said you watched them for a time.
Laboratory 1.
And if we are to avoid the prisoner thing, whatever is the most dangerous in this tower,
Sure.
we shouldn't go where?
I wouldn't go back to the containment cells if I were you. You were held pretty close to the one that I was at. And I would stay away from laboratory too.
Is that in the basement?
Metaphorically speaking. There's not really a basement. Kind of. And you see the cat kind of sit up and just raise one of its paws, and it kind of points in a random direction and goes, "It's about there."
And have you been to the laboratory 1?
No,
Is it
I didn't
dangerous?
follow. No, it's very small. It is probably the place you need to go soon, especially looking at how iffy that one is getting.
I was gonna say, shall we try and pay a visit to our friend and beat the?
As you're saying this, 3 of the 4 light circles near the center flare up, and 3 more golems teleport in, but one does not look like the ones that you fought earlier. So, get ready to select your token,
Yep.
and
Oh, boy.
No.
Just for reference, which one was the laboratory 1?
at the top.
Okay.
Can you zoom in on that one and the other one, just to see how it looks? It's really cool.
Oh, I mean, yeah, you can also, I think, make it bigger for yourself.
Yeah, there it is.
This is just hard to do because now I have to turn it off on stream. There we go. Yeah, so emerging are 2 more bronze golems that are about 10 feet tall, 11 feet tall. And then in the back is a strange, surprisingly clockwork-like mechanism on legs that is maybe 8 or 9 feet tall. And it kind of skitters into the room on 4 legs instead of on 2.
I don't like that.
So, let me make sure that, yes, okay. Select your token and roll some initiative. Feel free to roll it in real life and then update it on the tracker.
Kevin got some DMs for you, by the way. in Discord.
Okay.
So I'm rolling.
Yes, actually, a
My
good
bad.
point. As this happens, I would like you to roll a d6 for me.
Okay. I'm rolling in real life my dice.
That's fine.
I rolled in real life as well.
Also good.
No, it was terrible.
Oh, not
I
good.
updated my initiative.
I didn't see it yet.
It's 0.
Mm-hmm.
That's,
1 minus 1.
Yeah, that's
That's
very low.
6, Kevin.
6. Then you should use the 3rd sheet.
Okay.
For this fight. So as you guys watch, and as this happens, there is another flicker, and it's almost like a glitch in the Matrix, to our understanding, around Jean-Jacques. As you watch his form suddenly shift slightly, and some of his equipment changes a little bit. And he gets like maybe a little bit of scar tissue on his neck and part of his face, as if he's been burnt there in the past. He grows, just a little bit different in general appearance.
Do we recognize him?
It's definitely Jean-Jacques. He just,
No,
just a
I
little bit
mean-
different.
Do we recognize him from a dream sequence or something?
No.
Okay, then I won't shoot you, Jean-Jacques.
So Barnack,
That was an option?
Always an option to shoot Jean-Jacques.
as these creatures appear, what would you like to do?
I would like to. Do they look hostile? First of all, do they look like?
They are definitely
put
here
it
for
in?
you. Yes.
Yeah, and they're looking at us. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. I'll try to kill one of these ones, so the one that's closest to me. And I will shoot at it twice with a sharpshooter.
Okay.
So. Okay. I'll immediately just throw both die.
Yeah.
Okay, I do believe both hit though. So it's a natural 19 and a natural 15, so that's plus 3. No, plus 4. So that is 19 and 24 to hit.
19 and 24 both hit.
Okay. Okay. Shit, I forgot to add Hunter's Mark. I'll add it later after this one. It's okay. No. What is this? Okay. And that is. So that's 28 plus 10. 38. 38 damage.
Okay.
Two arrows.
Nice. As you strike, both arrows fall true. Kyrillos, kind of in a very squeaky voice almost, and there's definitely a note of panic in there, goes, "Beware the chronomancer! Don't stay away from the chronomatic enhancer." And that's it.
Okay. Okay.
Would you like to move?
Yes, I would like to move there.
Okay. Very good. Bonus action Hunter's Mark?
Yeah, I forgot about it. So bonus action Hunter's Mark on the one that I shot, and I'll tell everyone else. I'll take that one. You can kill the other one.
Okay. Jean-Jacques? You feel a bit
I'm
weird.
Yeah. So, I'm trying to figure out what type of action this is that I'm considering, but I'm not.
If you want to send it to me on Discord, I might know.
Yeah. Okay. I'll do that. Well, I'll do that. All of a sudden, do something. Okay. It's called. But being confused, I'm still gonna, kind of like reeling from the whole experience.
Right.
Think about that while you let me know what
Yeah.
the situation is, and Jean-Jacques gonna move over here towards Tani and kind of stumbling. He places a hand on her shoulder, and he'll cast Enlarge on Tani.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Okay, very cool. So Tani, you grow larger physically, and I believe it increases Tani's damage as well.
Yes, she gets a D4 to her melee spell attacks. I'll post that in the chat so that we can see it, but essentially,
What?
yeah, grows in size by 1, and then you get a 1d4 extra damage on your attack roll, or on your damage.
Very cool.
And that is... Okay, great. That is gonna be it from me.
Okay. So you guys watch as Jean-Jacques briefly considers. I'll get back to you on that question, JJ. But as Jean-Jacques briefly considers, puts a hand on Tani's shoulder, and then has to let go as she physically outgrows the place where he could actually have a hand on her shoulder. And Tani, you suddenly view the world, or at least this room, from a very different perspective.
And then I'll just move a couple paces over here, and actually, as I'm sort of standing there, I put a hand back behind me, and I'll pull out the longsword that I picked up before.
Okay, nice. Very good. Okay, then let's see what happens next. So, yeah, Tani, being as large as you are, you become the obvious target for these things. And the first one comes stomping forward and comes to take a swing at you with its slam attack. And it's going to... actually, I can roll. regular dice, because my chat doesn't even work. So if you roll in the chat, please let me know, because I literally can't see it. The first attack is a 10 to hit, so I don't think that hits. And in this case, rather than missing, you probably physically deflect the blow, because you're now large enough to actually like grapple and parry attacks like this. But then the second attack, it hits for an 18. Does that hit your armor class?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then in this case, if the target is a medium or smaller creature, it is grappled. You are not grappled. Very well done, JJ. So that is 9 points of bludgeoning damage as it hits you with one heated fist, and just like it, literally like a boxer, it just slams you into the side of your face, and then remains. Well, actually, it will move into melee range with both of you. Okay, Tani, it's your turn to retaliate.
I do kind of feel a bit beaten up. That's language for I have 6 HP, but I'll still carry on. in my
Right.
fear. I'll I have no key points. I have nothing, but I'll do a usual unarmed strike back at it.
All right.
Like try to, I don't know, move him away from, at least, yeah.
Yeah.
That's 21 to hit. Wow.
That hits for sure.
So it's my damage plus 1d4, right? Is that what I understood?
Sorry, what do you mean?
Did I understand correctly? When I'm big, do I have...
Oh,
1d4
yeah. It's your
extra?
normal damage plus an additional d4. Correct.
Okay. So there we go. Another one. That's 13 damage. And then another one, I guess. Wow. A 9.
Sorry, 9 points of damage?
No, 13 points of damage, and then I struck again, and that's a 9
Okay.
to
Well,
hit.
for the first one, as you hit, you also take
Oh, wow.
3 points of fire damage as you strike the heated up torso, or at least body, of the golem, and it hurts you to interact with it. But your second strike, maybe out of self-preservation, you actually fail to hit it properly, pulling back before the heat hurts you. You do have a bonus action if you want to try again.
No, I won't. I'll just say, oh, that's right. The steam hurts me. And that's it.
So yeah, you guys watch as Tani strikes at once and like actually physically dents part of the golem's torso, but then has to pull back from the second strike because the heat itself is like burning her hand. Okay. Now then, the chronomatic enhancer that Kiralos pointed out is going to let me see here. So you watch as all of the gears on its body begin turning suddenly in these jerky, abrupt motions, and it begins to move forward. Let me check the movement speed. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And as it moves, suddenly, from 2 parts of its body, or from its frame, these like light electronic currents zap out and hit the 2 other golems. And as it does so, each of them kind of straightens up a little bit, and you watch as even the minor movements that they're doing in preparation for attacking again are sped up. They have both been affected by effectively a haste effect. And since that was its movement, it currently cannot attack. But yeah, these two have definitely been empowered. And yeah, this one is going to come stomping forward. And it tries to get at Barnack, but realizing it can't, it's going to take a swing at Tani. Or 2 swings, actually. Let me check that this... Oh, actually, no. It has its speed doubled, so... Sorry. It actually goes on a dash, almost, like rushing, running, the whole chamber quaking slightly. And it tries to kind of, like, get at Barnack this way. But then, realizing that there's still someone in the way that it didn't register before, it's going to take a swing at Myra. Oof, that is 23 to hit. Sorry, 22 to hit. That for 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
Seems about right.
And for the second attack is a 10 to hit. So I don't think that hits.
Misses.
So with the second attack, despite it coming so lightning quick, it still, you manage to raise the shield, and it just impacts, and you feel your bones kind of trying to crack, but you hold fast, and you ward off the second attack from the bronze golem. And that makes it your turn, Myra.
Oh, fuck. It's gonna change everything I was gonna do. No, I'm gonna do what I was gonna do. I'm going to healing word Connie at 2nd level.
Okay.
5 plus 5. So 10 hit points back. Which of these golems in front of me look worse?
The one that just rushed in to hit you. It has 2 arrows like protruding from the central portion where its engine is, and it's kind of moving with jerky motions where Barnack, from where Barnack struck it.
Barnack was gonna take care of that one, but at the same time, it's right in front of my face.
You also have Kyrillos behind you, who is now starting to say something like, "Don't fight, just go! Go to the laboratory. They cannot fight." And that's about as far as it gets at this point.
Why can't we do this? We'll try this. We're gonna use Word of Radiance as my action.
Okay.
So, each creature of my choice within range, which is 5 feet, has to make a Constitution saving throw. They'll probably succeed, but...
What's the DC?
17.
Okay, let's see. So the healthy one rolled a total of 17, so just succeeds. The other one rolled a 6, so fails.
So that one will take the damage. The healthy one doesn't.
Okay.
7 plus 5 is math. 12 points of radiant damage.
Okay. So as you speak the word of radiance, like one of them actually manages to kind of shield itself, and it just kind of briefly dents part of the armor on the, like having a physical reaction with the armor. But the other one you watch is actually part of its helmet is beginning to get crushed. Same with its breastplate, driving the arrows deeper in. And that one is still standing, but barely. Would you like to move?
Okay. I don't think I can move anywhere.
You can move 1 square back and take an attack of opportunity, but yeah.
No.
I would say Tani's probably large enough to just move a leg out of the way and let you pass if you wanted to.
Yes, I still take an attack of opportunity.
That you do, but you know, you could theoretically enter like the larger part of the room if you wish.
Hearing what I hear from Carlos, I'll like keep that in mind for next turn. But this turn, I'll stay there.
Okay. Then we come to Barnack. Kyrillos finishes what he was saying, which is, they cannot follow you if you go to the same place where the lady went.
Okay. Okay, well, I'll still kill the first one. At least try to kill the first one.
Absolutely.
So I'll shoot at him once.
Okay.
To see if I do anything. Which is a 16 plus 4, 20 to hit.
20
Would be
hits.
20, yeah, it would be 25, but minus 5.
Right. Wow. Nice rolls.
So now I have plus 1d6 for the attack, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit, that's 1-1. So that's 2 plus 14, 16.
16. Okay.
16 damage. Does it kill it?
It does actually, and I forgot to mention just now, Myra, when you were hit the first time, you were actually grappled as well, so it was actually holding on to you. But now, as the arrow from Barnack hits, like, it probably goes straight into the face this time, and it just hits at the exact angle where it interrupts part of the connection with the rest of the body, and the whole head just comes clean off where it was already being crumpled before. And then the whole body just shuts down and just puts Myra back on the ground. You almost get thrown, but you manage to catch yourself easily enough.
Thank you, Myra, for the clean shot. And I'll just take another arrow to the other one.
Try not to hit
move
me in the head.
Hunter's mark first,
Okay. Move your hunter's
and
mark.
then I'll try again. Oh, that's worse. So plus 4, it's 14.
14. Nice.
Does it hit?
Let me check. That does hit. They're big and dumb.
Yes. Perfect. Perfect.
Just how I like him.
Okay, let's hope it's not 1-1 again. It's not. It's 5-5, so that's 10 and 14, 24 damage.
Okay, so please keep those dice in mind. As you hit, and you hit perfectly, like right in the chest, you have this weird sense of time slowing down.
Okay.
And actually, surprisingly enough for most of you, this is not completely unfamiliar because it's not too dissimilar from what you've experienced with the pocket watch before. But it's an outside effect. And as it happens, mechanically speaking, it will... the creature with the clock face slows down time and changing all damage dice rolled to 1s. So if you could please tell me how much it is
16.
instead. 16. Okay.
Shit.
So you still hit. It still like pierces the armor very well.
It's just slow. Shit fuck. Okay. That's something weird. Should I... I'll just turn to her and say, should I kill the big one? That's where I'll probably have to end my turn, but...
Yeah, I mean, you still have, you can finish a sentence or two.
Yeah.
And
so
you can
should I kill the big one?
Well, JJ's next, and JJ doesn't respond because he's like fumbling in his coat for something. Like he's frantically searching for something. And as he does, like he walks up 15 feet and pulls from the inside of his robes like an intricately carved piece of wood. There are like a multitude of arcane runes all around it, and they're, you know, starting to slightly glow. And to anybody who's seen them, they kind of look similar to the blunderbusses carried by the Black Hats, but like a much smaller version. And instead of like a long thing that you place, I can't remember what the name is. I know in Serbian, but the thing that you place on your shoulder, there's like a curve at the end, and as he like traces his hands over it, it actually starts to glow with blue arcane energy and sort of solidifies. And I'll use my action to do that, and then move over here. And as I do, I turn towards the clock face, and I just look at Barnack, and as I'm pointing this thing at it, and I just say, "Heck yeah, brother!" And I'll try to hit it.
Okay.
With some force. So I make a ranged spell attack.
So with a blunderbuss.
Yeah,
which is a 19.
A 19. A 19 hits.
All right. And as I point the thing at it, there's like a sort of a whirring sound, like something being charged, and a sort of like a globule of pure energy shoots forward and hits it, and that will be 13 points of force damage, and and it's pushed 5 feet away.
Okay, so gets. Where did you place it? Where you're standing, roughly?
Yeah, well, I made it tiny, so I'm holding it in my hand.
Oh, okay, okay. So yeah.
Yeah, so directly away from me, I guess, 5 feet. There we go.
Very cool.
Nice. You have a blunderbuss. Shit.
Very cool. So yeah, Jean-Jacques is suddenly displaying both items and talent that you did not know he had. Anything else, or was that was action bonus action already?
Yeah, and movement. So just
Right.
as a final, flavor thing, as he does it, there was like this like super like a lot of confidence in the action, like he'd done this hundreds of times. But as soon as he's done, he kind of looks at the thing in his hand, and he's just kind of shaking his head and back to confidence.
Okay. Please roll another d6.
Okay. 4.
Use the second sheet.
Okay.
So you guys watch as there's another glitch in the matrix around Jean-Jacques as he kind of accepts this strange thing happening, and again the whole image around him shimmers for a moment, and I will let you describe yourself next round properly, but what is the instrument that you carry?
A lyre.
A lyre. So Jean-Jacques suddenly has a lyre in his hand, as opposed to a small blunderbuss-like weapon. Okay, so that is both your turns. The remaining golem is going to it's going to take a swing at Myra, realizing that it can deal with you
I'll
more
do
easily.
because I hit it.
Sorry?
I'll basically do like because I hit it. Just
Okay.
That's a 20 against me, and I'm gonna hurt.
No, but there is an 18 to hit. Does an 18 hit you?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Actually, I will use my reaction, and I'll try to reduce that,
Okay.
if I may.
Cutting words.
Well, I'll reduce the damage, right? I think my die is a d6 at this point. I just need to double check.
If I think what is happening, technically you can reduce the AC as well.
It would
Yeah.
be a D8.
took it.
It would the to hit. I think you have to say it before you know if it hits.
You know it hits. Yeah, that's true.
True. Yeah. So I'll reduce the incoming damage instead.
Okay.
So d8. So that's 8.
So you reduce it. Can you reduce it to 0 or just to 1?
Yeah.
No, it can be reduced to
Oh.
0.
As it takes that enormous swipe, what is it that what sound do you make to throw it off magically? Because obviously there's a magical component, but there's also the
Yeah.
actual sound that you make.
Yeah. I just do like he very quickly like whips it around because it was on his back sort of. So he whips it around and turns the tuning fork at the end of the lyre to the lowest setting and just does a and that's essentially
So mid swing, the head just turns on the torso and looks confused in your direction. Well, you imagine it's confused. It's probably just projecting onto it, but it definitely takes note of the sound. In that moment, either you're not sure if it shocks Myra into protecting herself in time, or into the creature just not putting enough force behind the blow, but it impacts the shield, and as it moves away, the shield comes down, and Myra is no more harmed than she was before. Okay. It's going to make its second attack, however, also against Myra. And that is a natural 1. So that does not hit. I'll say, as it goes to swing again, it wants to turn the head back, because there's definitely some kind of sight that it relies on. And as it tries to turn the head back, the head physically gets stuck. And it doesn't get the head back into position, so it actually takes the second attack to just wrench it back into place. continuing to tower over Myra, but that is the end of its turn, and then we come to Tani.
Okay. Tiny doesn't know how long she has in this size, because, you know, no idea of magic. So she'll continue to ram into this thing, like to try to have it aim her instead of Myra.
Okay.
And 18 to hit?
And 18 does hit, yes.
Okay. It was a 1 anyway, so...
Unfortunate. How much
and
total?
I still have the wonderful
Yes.
thing.
Yeah, that's
I
that's.
mean, my
not happening.
concentration that it continued through.
Yes, you continue to concentrate on it, because it's no longer associated with, you know, who you are, but it's just on Tani. So you are considered to be concentrating on that spell still. So Tani, you take 7 points of fire damage from the hit. How much did you deal in total? Because I heard 1, but does that mean 5 damage total?
6
6.
in total. How many damage?
7.
How much?
7 points of fire damage. So right as you hit it, like, you try to kind of get its attention, so you hit it, you know, in the most obvious place, but right then it kind of turns a little bit towards you already, and you hit, like, near the chest where that engine is, and there's a blast of steam that comes to meet you, and it just burns your hand as you punch through it.
I'll just look down at my hand and she struggles a little bit with the decision, but she'll kick. I mean, YOLO.
Okay.
Wait.
We lost the Barnack.
Oh no.
Yeah. That's a 12 to hit. I almost want to fail.
A 12 does fail, actually. So as you go to strike again, this time it does to you what you did to the first attack a round ago, which is just like it pushes aside your blow. And there's definitely, you know, that extra speed is helping it parry your motion so that it doesn't get hit. But in turn, you also do not take any of the fire damage that you would have taken otherwise. I'm guessing Milosh just had some issues with his internet. We'll have to see. But first up, well, Tani, you still have a bonus action and your movement. What would you like to do?
If I had key points, I would have spent one to dodge, but I don't have that, so I'll stay there.
Okay.
I won't use it.
Would you like to move around it or anything like that?
No, I want to sort of be with them.
Okay.
Sort of.
Sounds good. Then the chronomatic enhancer is going to
Go fuck off.
no, it's going to kind of skitter forward on its many legs, and it will first, let me see here, what's the range on it? 20 feet. So yeah, so it skitters 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. And as it does so, there's a compartment on like the round frame of the clock face, and a compartment opens up and you see 3 small like nozzles almost protrude out and then suddenly spray this strange gas, kind of bronze sand-like gas that gets pushed towards Tani, Barnack, and Myra. I'm gonna need some saving throws, which are going to be Constitution saving throws, please, from each of you. Let me check. Nikolai, if it's okay, I'll give you access to Barnax real quick.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Him, I'll just roll in the thing, because...
Yeah, just let me know the results. So, Tani, what's your saving throw?
3.
Okay.
4.
4. And...
18.
Okay, so you are not affected, Chansey. Or rather, Myra is not affected. But Barnack and Tani, both of you cannot use reactions. Your speed is halved. And you cannot make more than 1 attack on your turn, regardless of how many you could normally make. And you can either use an action or a bonus action on your turn, but not both. These effects last until the end of your next turn. So one
Is
turn.
this
you
by any chance a poison?
No, it is not listed as a poison.
Okay.
Let me see. But theoretically, it acts in the same way.
It could be a toxin, so it's I guess. I mean.
Yeah, no, I'll give Barnack the advantage on the saving throw.
Okay.
Or is it just a bonus? No, it's an advantage, right?
It's an advantage, but it's an 8.
Yeah, unfortunately, that still does not save. So both Tani and Barnack, you just feel enormously sluggish. You're stuck in, like something is preventing you from moving as quickly as you normally would. And yeah, it moves into melee range with Tani, and then it's going to make its three attacks. First attack is going to be a 16 to hit. 16
It
hits you?
hits.
Okay. Balls, I thought that would miss. 1 second. I need more dice. It's always a good sign, right?
Always.
Okay, here we go. That is 15 points of bludgeoning damage on the first attack.
Wow. I absolutely fall
Okay.
unconscious.
Um,
Because I think I used Relentless Endurance last
yeah, you used it
episode.
in the engine room.
You did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Knocked out.
As soon as you fall prone, you remain enlarged because Jean-Jacques is the one concentrating on the spell. But it effectively just steps on top of your body with its many legs and positions itself here. It's going to make its additional attacks against Barnack because he's affected by the poison.
And you said only one attack can take reactions, speed halved?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and can only use action or bonus action.
Essentially slow, I guess.
It is, yeah, but only for one
Yeah.
turn.
Okay.
So the first attack against Barnack is a 15 to hit.
I believe that hits. No, that misses.
Nice. That's cocked. Was a 17, so... every time I get a die cocked,
an
I
natural
roll the
20?
same thing again. No, it's 17
Okay.
again, but now uncocked.
Yeah.
So, sorry, it's not
That's what it
17
is.
total. It is 26 total.
That hits.
I thought it might. That is...
You just thought something in the 20s might hit, you know.
that is another 15 points of damage.
15.
15.
Barnack's looking very rough.
Yeah. So this thing is just crawling forward, and with those metallic, like, spiky legs, it just downed Tani, and now it's crawled over her to do the same to Barnack, trying to put him on the ground as well. Myra, it's your turn. There's one quite beaten up bronze golem towering above you.
Can I walk over the downed bronze golem, or is it like difficult terrain?
I would say make a dexterity check to see if you can like get past it easily or not. Otherwise it'll be difficult terrain.
That's 0.
Yeah, it's difficult terrain for you.
Yeah. Gotta love that negative dex. But it's still what I'm gonna have to do. 15, 25, 30. Okay, that would still keep me there. Okay, sorry, I was doing math.
No worries.
So I'm gonna use my Balm of Peace, which is my last Channel Divinity. And because of how I have to move to actually have it work, I'll move here first
Okay.
so that it affects Barnack and Connie.
Okay.
And
Well, you remain in melee range with the purple one, but the bronze golem is going to take an attack of opportunity.
it doesn't get attack of opportunity. Because I move my speed.
Oh, it's that ability of yours, right? My
Yes.
bad.
And then it'd be 30 feet the rest of the way to get to there, unfortunately. So they both get 10 points of health back.
Nice.
And then as my bonus action, He's also needs healing. How's Jean-Jacques looking as well?
Very healthy.
Okay.
But a lot more what's it called? A lot more fancy. Like his clothes are relatively the same cut, but they're all like there's like white lace. And it's like his shirt is buttoned down until like the second button. Looking very dapper.
Yeah. I'm gonna use my bonus action to cast Mass Healing Word. And targeting myself, Tawny, Barnack.
Okay.
And if Jean-Jacques can receive any healing, it will also target him.
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
So that is 7 more points to everyone.
Nice. So yeah, that's 17 for Tani, 17 for Barnack, and 7 for Myra and JJ, correct?
Yes. Unfortunately, I can't move anymore. Well, I guess I could, but I'd take an attack of opportunity.
Couldn't you have ended your turn like 1 square above instead of where you are?
Yeah, I could have. Yeah, that would have been so much better.
See, there you go.
So yeah,
Now you have 30 feet of movement.
15, 20, 25, 30.
Okay.
I see.
I will say Kyrillos at the top of the round
I
will...
just get right next to JJ instead.
Okay. Kyrillos just moves over and just continues mumbling. Just go to the lamp. Please, get out of here. They're not the last ones. You're in trouble. You have to go. Get the lady. She can turn them off. And that's pretty much what Kyrillos shares. End of your turn, Myra?
Yeah.
Cool. Then Barnack.
Okay, so speed is halved. He can't really get anywhere. Guess he can at least 5, 10, 15 there. To stay in range with this guy, but move out of the other guy's range. Yeah, he's gonna do that. And then... Do you remember whom he set as his Slayer prey, or did he set anybody as Slayer prey this?
I don't think he did. Is there a limit on how often he can do it? No, right?
No.
This benefit lasts until you finish a short or long rest. It ends early if you designate a different creature, but it doesn't say anything about
Okay,
how
so
many
yeah, he
times
hasn't
you
done
do
it yet because he cast Hunter's Mark with both of his bonus actions.
Okay, gotcha. But even if he could do only that, right?
Yeah, if you use a bonus action, you can't use an action on this round.
I guess he'll pull out his cutlass. Or does he take the disadvantage roll here?
Doesn't he have
I
sharpshooter?
think he does, which means he still gets.
It doesn't negate standing next to someone, I think.
Yeah, it does not. That's crossbow expert.
Yeah,
and stuff
that's
like
with
that.
the crossbow you can do that.
Yeah, he'll take it though. So he'll take the disadvantage and try to hit this guy in the face.
Okay.
Do you know if he's the one with the hunter's mark? No. Hunter's mark hasn't been
The Hunter's
moved
Mark's
yet,
on the
or-
other golem, as far as I know.
Okay. Well, he can hit it from here, I think. Although it's a sharpshooter. Oh, Ruffers, dude. But that's just a... Huh? Hello? What? How much does he get? I'm just posting it to see, because... Yeah, without the -3, so... Plus...
Let me check real quick. It's just what's next to the bow. And then his archery. Fighting style, so... +7, +2 from the fighting style is 9. And then he gets +2 damage from the braces of archery.
Yeah, just 12 then.
Okay. Wow, yeah, that's unfortunate. So that doesn't hit. So as he tries to line up the shot, standing next to this thing, he shoots, but the arrow just passes between the gears and kind of gets itself stuck before it can make any impact. And then it just snaps as the creature begins to turn towards him again. Yeah, and only one attack on his action.
Yeah.
But
So that's it.
as his turn ends, time speeds up again, and Barnack returns to normal.
Okay. So that's his turn then. Okay.
Yeah.
He's back.
So, Jean-Jacques.
Okay. So JJ sees that Tani's back to consciousness at the very least.
Mm.
But even with that, let me just see.
Still being stood upon by this other creature, by the way.
Creature of your choice. Okay, so let me just see. Okay, so he looks at the chronomancer thingamajig,
Mm-hmm.
and he says, why did Richard leave the tower? He was tired of all the dick jokes, and I'll cast Tasha's hideous laughter at him.
Okay.
I'm so sorry for everything I put you guys through. Now being on the other end of it.
So that
So
is.
it's a wisdom saving throw.
Is it a charm effect?
I do believe so. Creature with a intelligence score of 4 or less isn't affected, and the image turns wisdom saving throw. Where does it say if it? It doesn't say it's a charm.
Yeah.
I'll post it just so you
Yeah,
can see.
no, it's okay.
Yeah, it doesn't say so. These things usually are, but I guess this month.
Yeah, no,
Might
then
not be.
then I think it can work.
Okay.
So what is the DC?
18
Okay.
wisdom. That's my bad.
That is a 13. So as you cast Tasha's hideous laughter, and the joke's told, the creature just freezes in place. There's no face to laugh with, but all of its moving parts begin clicking together in a very unnerving set of sounds that just tick, 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 tick. It's very creepy as it just stands there and clicks at itself in what you hope is amusement.
Nice.
So that's your action.
Yes, as a bonus action, I'll look at Tanya and I'll just say, you better get off your ass, Tanya. We got some hauling to do. I realize it's quite a bit bigger now, but I think you can still do it. And I'll give her a inspiration die.
Okay, that's a D8, I think.
D8, correct.
So,
And
Tani, you want to
using my
inspire.
movement, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'll get over there looking for the
Okay.
control panel.
I'll
just
say Kyrillos
visually.
floats over and actually begins to work on activating the teleport, which, now that the tower has restored energy, seems to be quite simple, and very quickly he's just waiting for people to arrive. Okay, so Tani on the ground but inspired. The golem, however, is going to see that you are awake, Tani, the bronze golem, and it's going to take
Okay.
its attacks against you.
Yeah, just to double check, as you're doing, Myra, you said 7 points of healing, correct?
Not-
Or 17?
17 because of the 10 as well to Barnack, correct?
17 to Barnack
Yeah.
and to Tawny, 7 to Jean-Jacques and
Yes, I did. Yeah,
Pirate.
I did then.
Okay.
Yeah, he was just very hurt.
Really? Because on my screen he still only
Actually,
has 15
nope.
HP, that's why.
You're good. Yeah, you're right. Yep. Sorry.
No, it's all good. I just want to make sure that, he doesn't die. That would be awkward.
Yep.
So, 2 attacks against Tani, prone on the ground with another creature.
She's no longer enlarged. I think.
Tasha's concentration?
Yes.
Yes, it is, up to 1 minute. So, Tani, you shrink down between essentially the legs of this other creature. I'm just going to move it to the back here. There we go. And ironically, this grants you 3/4 cover against attacks from the golem. Because there's an enormous other thing in the way. So it's going to try to attack you with advantage, but you have +5 AC, I think, from 3/4 cover.
Correct.
So Yeah, it's not gonna matter when I roll a natural 20.
Oh man.
I'm sorry.
Do I have to roll my die again, Kevin? After or
oh yes, please do roll the d6.
the 3. Same thing.
Yes, you remain sexy, Jean-Jacques.
Okay.
Chansey, did we lose you as well?
I think so.
This is some technical difficulties we're having today. Maybe it's my vaccine. Tani, you take 26 points of bludgeoning damage.
And I'm down again.
So, you awaken, shrink, in pain, you look up, and the first thing you see coming at you, while hearing Jean-Jacques' encouragement and inspiration, that, make you feel like, yes, I can do something, and then a giant bronze fist collides with your face.
I'm sorry, just because I'm playing multiple things here. How much damage did oh, I wouldn't have known that before. Let me just double check, because I think I need to say...
You can expend your reaction if you wish.
Yeah, just I'm looking. Cutting words is to the attack roll. Makes an
Or
attack
to the
roll, ability
damage.
check, or a damage roll. Okay. So it's a D8.
If you roll an 8, it could make a difference,
20.
I think.
Yeah, I'll do a desperation play.
Okay.
I'll try, just because it's...
I mean, I rolled max
super
damage
here.
on 2 of these dice, so...
Nah, 3.
3, so you take 23 points of damage, Tani. Are you still awake to that? I don't think so,
Nope.
right? No. So, yeah, you awaken, you hear first Jean-Jacques' inspiring words, which encourage you to open your eyes, and as you look up, you just see a giant bronze fist come for your face, and Jean-Jacques like,
Roll to the right!
yeah, and he's like, and you try, and there's just a foot on your back that's pinning you down, and you just, and you hear, you feel the impact. If you could roll a D100 for me, please.
56.
Okay, you're fine. You feel like something kind of crunch in your jaw, but it doesn't quite break. Which would have been a significant injury to have. So as you go unconscious again, it's going to move around to, well, yeah, it's going to move around to Barnack.
Oh, no. Look at those two that are trying to escape.
Yes, they're very, very annoying, but, they're trying to be efficient. So with its second attack, it rolls a... I don't think that hits. It rolls a 11 to hit, so no. So the second fist comes down, but Barnack, just out of the stupor of his of the poison, manages to sidestep it, using his smaller form actually to his advantage this time. And okay. Then we come to Tani. If you could make a death saving throw, please.
Here we go. Let's see.
Just don't roll a 1. Okay.
8.
Okay, so it's
Great.
one
Not
fail.
terrible.
Better than 1.
So we come to the chronomatic enhancer. It is going to
Roll a save at the end of its turn.
Oh yeah, it is still annoyed. Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry, I'm back.
Welcome back. You good?
Yeah, Amazon delivered a package and left it out in the rain, and it was a book.
Oh my god.
Great.
Oh, we'll talk about that later, but I just can't understand leaving packages. They never do it here. They just take it with them and then you have to pick it up. Anyway, Tani is unconscious. Got knocked unconscious again with a natural 20 as she was down. Jean-Jacques expended pretty much all that he could to try and help her, but to no avail. And now the chittering chronomatic enhancer has just rolled an 18 on its saving throw.
Just saves.
Okay, so it stops chittering, and you watch as the whole body like rotates on its axis rather than physically turning as a person would, and it just moves every part on its body to face the other way, towards you, Jean-Jacques. But of course, that's the end of its turn.
I just say, fuck nuggets.
Myra, you are standing halfway between the portal and an unconscious Tani and the Barnack that's in some trouble. What would you like to do?
Guys, everything sucks.
As it wakes up, does it like push Tani outside of its space?
Oh no, it's standing like a fucking spider over its prey.
Does the other golem look pretty hurt though?
It does look pretty hurt, yes. It's been hit several times by Barnack and Jean-Jacques, I believe.
First is gonna be mass healing word.
Okay, mass healing word.
On Tani. I get to move my stuff back. I'm also going to use it on everyone, but
yeah, I figured, because you can. I was about to say you can also see Barnack, because their tokens obviously overlap, but the physical bodies don't completely obscure vision.
Yeah.
Wait, do we have the bond? Chance here? No, that's 10 minutes. Right?
Yeah, I'm assuming with the conversation with the cat.
Yeah, there was some lapse in everything.
9 points of healing to everyone.
Tani, you awaken again.
Damn, bring it up again.
Back we go.
And then I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame on the hurt golem.
Okay.
So it's gonna make a dexterity saving throw.
Which it has advantage on, thanks to being sped up. And it rolled a natural 20 on the save.
Yep. Okay.
Okay, so you attempt to call down another column of radiant fire, but this particular golem seems to be either tracking you or aware of what you're doing, and it very deftly sidesteps the whole column, essentially, and then moves back into place.
I'm actually gonna get a little bit closer, because...
You have, like, a bit of furniture there that you could probably, like, kind of hide behind if you wanted to.
I'll hide behind some furniture.
Okay. We come to Barnack's turn.
Ruppers, dude. Yeah, I guess he's just gonna... So he has all of his stuff back, right? So he's gonna try and take the disadvantage and finish off the golem.
Okay.
Golden one.
Yeah.
17. Oh, like 13.
13 would have hit if it were not faster, and thus able to more nimbly block the blow.
One more try. Okay, this will be a 19.
19 hits.
Okay, so I'll click the thing for the damage just because I don't
Sure.
do the calculations. Turn off sharpshooter, and turn off sharpshooter, and oak bow. Fuck me. So 7 plus a d6 for the hunter's mark, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Which is a 6. So 13 points total.
Nice. So as Barnack, the first arrow just kind of gets actually pushed aside and it falls at Myra's feet. Like, it swats it out of the air. But then the second arrow, it's still not as fast as Barnack is, and he manages to kind of like get the arrow right into the bottom of its head, which, you know, for a humanoid would normally be fatal, but obviously as with this golem, the chest is more important, so it just kind of locks the head in place and it snaps through the arrow after a moment. But it is severely damaged, and it starts to move with the same jerky motions that the others displayed right before falling.
Okay, and just one thing, I'll re-roll the d8, because once per turn he can do that as a piercer. I just have to take the additional... I take the second roll.
Okay.
Oh, which fucking A is an 8, so an additional 7 points of damage.
Nice. So I will say that in the process of snapping it off, it actually pushes the remainder of the arrow further into the head, and you all hear this horrible screeching sound. And it actually, the bronze golem briefly stops, as if to consider its mistake before moving back into motion. Barely functioning, shuddering, but still able to move for the moment. I believe Barnack's not going to move, so let me come to Jean-Jacques.
Correct, yeah, it's too dangerous at this point. Jean-Jacques will kind of grunt to himself and he'll try the same thing again. So that's a 30-foot range. So he'll come closer and target the chrono thingy
Okay.
with Tasha's hideous laughter. I don't have a joke ready.
That's
so
fine.
He says something funny.
It's an 18, but it was cocked, so let me see again.
Okay.
It's a 14 on the save.
Total.
Yeah, total.
That fails.
Damn. Yeah, so once again, as it's facing you, almost expectantly, it starts to chitter again. All of the moving parts just clicking and clacking together in a sound that sounds nothing like laughter, but is the only reaction it can have to this spell.
He says something like, "What do a plate and a piece of furniture do in a bar? They screw." That's it. I don't know.
Okay. Okay.
And that's my action and my movement.
Bonus action.
Oh, for the bonus action, I will not do anything because I will try and save Tanya again. So I'll save my bardic inspiration.
Okay. The golem. Let's see. Actually, Tani, if you could roll a stealth roll for me, please.
I'm usually good at those, but that's a natural 2, so that's 8.
Oh damn.
Roffers, dude.
So I rolled a 9 on perception on whether it would notice that you were conscious. So unfortunately, it does briefly, take a peek underneath and notice that you've come awake. It's going to make another slam attack against you. Do you want to cutting words this? It will be a. Well, no, I think you have to announce
Let me just
it now.
say, I think it says, it says, when the creature that you can see within 60 feet makes an attack, roll an ability check, or a damage roll, you can use your reaction to expend on your rolling the very expansion area. You can choose to use this feature after the creature makes its roll, but before the DM determines whether the attack roll or ability check succeeds or fails.
Yeah, so it has
or
rolled.
Before the creature deals.
And now you can choose whether you want to use your cutting words.
Yeah, I won't risk it, so I'll use it.
Okay.
Just by 1.
Okay, 1. That makes it a 13 to hit. Kira, I don't think that hits you, right?
Nope.
Okay, very nice. Then, with its second attack, it's going to try again. Frustrated as, in this case, I'll say just a physical motion of sound that you produce. Like, you can actually see the sound traveling, pushes aside the fist, and it just cracks the ground a little bit, ruining the carpet further.
Do I roll again, by the way? My d6?
Yes.
Is it at the end of each of my
Yes,
turns? Okay.
sorry, I should have said. And, oh my god, another 13 to hit. So, with the second attack, it tries to, just hammer your face, but this time you actually manage to pull up your head before it crushes it, literally against the ground, and you're fine. What was the roll on the d6?
4.
4, so
same.
you are still barred. Let me see here. Then, Tani, you are currently on the ground, prone, so you can spend half your movement to get up and out of the square of the chromatic enhancer. And it's your turn.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll look back at Barnack like, I think we might have to run, and I'm around here, right?
You could emerge on any of the squares around it, yeah.
Okay. I think I'll spend my action to disengage
Okay.
and go as as far away as I can.
Yeah. So you have.
Yeah, use all of your
So-
key points at the last battle.
Yeah. Didn't have a chance to.
Yeah. So you used, let's say, 20 feet of your movement to get up, and then you still have
Mhm.
25 left to go as far as you want.
25. I'll go as far
Monks,
as
man,
away
monks.
as I can.
Like
Yeah.
Anyway,
half of her movement speed is
it'll
everything that
be
Barnack has.
until
Literally.
here, I think. Let me measure again, just in case.
Seems about right. You can
Oh.
do one more. Yeah.
One more. That'll
Very
make
nice. So yeah, Tani just
a
comes
difference.
crawling out from under the enhancer and just dashes away from the fight and from danger, ducking under the swing of one of its legs, like kind of idly trying to swat at you, but failing. And okay, then we move on.
As I pass beside Jean-Jacques, I'll just like give him a quick like "Thank you, Jean-Jacques," and I'll keep running.
Nice. Yeah, so you are still inspired as well. Keep that in mind. A D8. And we come to the turn, to the end of the
Shoot,
turn of the
she never-
chronomatic enhancer, because it is once again clicking away in amusement with itself, probably telling itself, yeah, binary jokes or something. And it rolls a 4 on its saving throw. So continues to
Yes.
chitter away, clicking, clacking in place. You actually hear a nervous giggle coming from Kiralos behind you, as Kiralos is very amused by what the creature is putting out. Apparently,
Yeah.
it's a kind of humor that probably
Robots telling them jokes.
yeah mortals will not understand.
Yeah. 1 1 0 0 1 1 ha ha ha.
Myra, it is your turn. What would you like to do? Are you talking? I can't hear you, by the way. Just FYI.
Oh yeah, I was muted.
Okay.
There's
Back
someone
in a
holding
second.
that. I am going. So the Chromancer one is laughing.
You think it's at least incapacitated. It doesn't sound like laughter,
So
but yeah.
I'm gonna Sacred Flame the other golem.
Okay, so it's gonna make its
Is that
saving
one?
throw again. That is a 17 to save.
Succeeds.
Just
Um,
barely.
How's Barnack doing?
Um,
Barnack looking a little rough. I'm just gonna, cast healing word on him at first level and just be like, Barnack, we gotta leave. Come on. This way. So he gets 7. points of
okay,
healing.
7.
Yeah.
Okay.
very nice. So you heal him essentially by trying to lure him like a dog.
Yes.
Okay.
That's exactly what I do.
Come by now, come
Good
on.
boy.
Okay. And that's the end of your turn, I believe.
Yep.
So then we come to Barnack's turn.
Okay, so question.
Answer.
Can he, with his sort of smaller stride, perhaps make its way across the space of the chrono?
He could, but it will still be difficult terrain
Yeah,
because he's dodging between the legs as it's like moving.
So, moving through non-magical difficult terrain costs you no extra movement.
Right. It's not the terrain that's difficult though. It's
Right,
the
okay.
it's the fact that he has to dodge to prevent taking damage.
Yeah, gotta try whatever I can. So he's gonna go 10, 20,
Mm-hmm.
take the attack of opportunity to 25.
Okay. It rolls a 17 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay. So he becomes grappled.
Ah, yeah, fuck me. Shit.
So as he's rushing away, he takes 5 points of bludgeoning damage, and it just sweeps him up off the ground. He can take his action to try to escape against a DC of 13 with his athletics.
Yeah, the point was try and use the dash action for this action, so I think he'll just do the same thing of taking the penalty on the attack rolls.
Okay.
So first attack, no sharpshooter, just straight attack.
Mm-hmm.
Will be a 17.
17 with disadvantage? Yeah, that hits.
Yeah. So I think that's okay. Well, that will be. What? Wait. So yeah, 12 points of damage plus a
Okay.
d6 for another 5, so 17 points of damage.
Okay, so as he gets grabbed, there's just this grunt of frustration, and he's holding the bow, because the hand closed around him. He's holding the bow against himself. He just kind of rips it free, like whips it around, and then just fires the arrow, and immediately the whole body just kind of lets out this cloud of steam and shuts down, leaving him to fall to the ground. Not from the height or anything, but he falls a little bit and lands on his feet, ready to attack again. But the only target that's left is the chittering, clicking form of the enhance.
Yeah, whom he won't attack, because I think Barnek is like... Is Barnek smart enough? I think he is smart enough to know that if he wakes it up, it wouldn't hit him. It would hit him, right? So.
I think so, because he also noticed that as he moved away, because obviously he did make it to this space, which is, I'll say he is there because that's where he got picked up and then immediately killed it. The enhancer didn't attack him. However, as we get to the end of Barnek's turn, then he can still move his hunter's mark, but as we get there, I would like all of you to roll a perception check, please.
Okay. Yeah, I think he'll move his hunter's mark with the bonus action anyway.
Okay.
So I'm rolling for Barnek first. Which is a 17, and for me it's going to be a 15.
Okay, 17 and 15.
I think. Let me just double check. I think it's actually a little bit higher.
Tani?
Yeah.
19
16.
for me.
Okay, 16, 19, and...
7.
Okay, so everyone outside of Myra actually notices that with a sort of flickering of like an old LED light, the portals or the teleportation circles around the inner side of the room begin to flicker to life once again. Nothing comes through yet, but you get the impression that something will be coming through very shortly. So, Jean-Jacques, it is your turn.
On my turn, I will move over to the teleportation circle, and as I'm moving, I'll just run. Everybody get over here right now.
Okay. Kyrillos looks at you and goes, I can already send you. Do you want me to?
No, I'll wait for the others.
Okay. And what's your turn?
So I think that was less than 30 feet. I'm concentrating on the thing, so I shouldn't do anything of that nature, and I'm also doing this thing. I will actually... Tani is still low, right? So I was here. So 1, 2. As I'm passing Tani, I just slap her in the back and I say, "You're very welcome. We got a long ways to go. Don't you go dying on me." And I'll cast Cure Wounds at level 3.
Okay, very nice.
5, 6, 11, and I believe I add my modifier to Cure Wounds, right?
Yes.
11 plus 5. So 16 points of healing back to Tani. And then I'll make my way to the teleportation thing.
Okay. So you make it there, no problem. And please roll a d6 once again.
Yep, let's see. 1.
So you know what happens.
Yes.
So if you could, since we're kind of out of the immediate danger right now, as long as that thing is enchanted, what do they say about you?
Yeah, so I think his kind of posture first, that's what they see first, right? As he's walking, it's goes from this very confident, very elaborate kind of peacocky type of thing to a very precise, very kind of concentrated walk, and as opposed to a lyre in his hand, he's holding the elven longsword that he picked up from the tower, and it's held out to the side perfectly, very confidently, and there's it's the gait of a warrior, and it's actually I like to imagine it's sort of emanating this kind of melody as he walks, this kind of sorrowful elven but humming kind of. Maybe he's humming to himself, right? But it's enhanced with his magical ability. And I think that's all they see for now because I'm imagining he's like got his back turned to them.
Yeah, definitely. All right.
But the robes still remain the same and stuff.
Yeah, definitely. So after Jean-Jacques' transformation, once again, Tani, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
I'll jog up to here
All right.
and dodge in case this thing remain in a ready posture just in
Okay.
case.
Sounds good. All right. Then on its turn, it can only make its saving throw at the end. Let's find out. It rolls an 18 on the saving throw.
It succeeds.
All right. So the clicking and chittering ends as it it just stays perfectly still. Just the little motions of the clockwork pieces moving again in a natural order. And that's it. Myra, your turn.
I see there's not clicking away. I'm just gonna get, over to here. And just to try to do some damage to it. Sticker Flame.
Okay. Natural 20 on the saving throw.
I don't do any damage to it.
So as it stands completely still for a moment, you think, this is the perfect moment to hit it with a sacred flame. As you call down that pillar, it just lurches forward and moves itself out of the way before pushing back into place. And it's almost like like it didn't fully move, like an echo of it just moved out of the way. But it has successfully.
And I kind of just call out the Barnag, just run over here.
Okay.
Please.
Before Barnack can go at the top of the round, though they don't go yet, appear 2 more chronomatic enhancers and 2 more bronze golems. These look rougher than the ones that you fought so far, but they are definitely they're definitely the type that's been just repaired.
Oh, fucking Christ.
It is Barnack's turn.
Why? Oh man.
It's 50 feet of movement with a dash.
15. Yeah, I'm just looking. So he'll move with the first action. Now I'll show it because it doesn't actually do it. So he's moving like this, so he doesn't provoke the attack of opportunity.
Yeah.
That was 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Now, the circle. Is it like everybody in the vicinity gets teleported from our previous experience,
Yes.
or does somebody have to... Okay.
No, because when you first entered and you were in the wrong place, 2 of you were also standing not immediately on top of the circle. It seems that Kyrilos designates the people that will actually be transported.
Great. So he moves all the way up then.
Okay.
And
as soon as he gets there, Kyrilos seemingly, quote unquote, flicks the switch, and all of you feel that pulling motion, and you're moved to a different location where you will find yourselves next time in the lab or laboratory 1. Which
Do we get to see the map yet?
Yeah, one moment. One thing you do notice is that both Kyrilos and Felix have come along.
Ooh.
So as you emerge, Kyrilos will probably be here. As you emerge, both of them kind of perk up, look around, and Felix just goes, "Well, that went better than expected. Nobody got taken prisoner. Now, the one you're looking for is over there." And you see with one of the paws, he points to one of the stone tables that are in the room. And both of the stone tables have what seem to be a sort of pedestal onto which is set a glowing orb. And the one nearest you, it looks like it's about half full with snow. And then the top half is just swirling with snow, with like a snowstorm. And as you look closer, you think that you're looking at an actual landscape within, like an actual snow globe, just larger than it should be. But the one that Kyrillos is pointing at is the green one, which, as you look at it, you see that it has it's like a forest that you're looking into from above, a sort of jungly-like forest, and in the middle is set a miniature of a building. And he just points at it and says, "That's where you'll need to go." And that's where we'll pick it up next time. Congratulations on surviving, you guys.
Damn, that was. Woo,
Yeah, it's
that was a fight.
I need a long rest.
well, maybe you can get a long rest in one of these snow globes, as I'm calling them for the moment.
You all need a long rest.
Yeah.
Damn, that was fun.
Thank you. Milosh, if you're watching, we're so sorry that you couldn't be here the whole time, and hope that your power is back soon. That is very unfortunate, especially since we have a shorter session today. But Barnek is alive, so that's the most important thing, I reckon. And hopefully we'll all be here back next week for episode 22, where you guys may finally find yourselves in the company of one Patrick Sordenbrand, provided he's not dead.
That's been the case the whole time. Everything, and then provided he's not dead.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for playing. Thank you guys for watching. Simon, especially, for being so active in the chat. We appreciate all of you, and we'll see you next week at our regular time, 6 p.m. CEST, 5 p.m. BST, and we'll see you then. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.